Hey, happy Thursday. I just got done with a class called Strike. It is one of my favorite classes. It's like my weekly warrior class where we use weighted bars and like punch the air and kick the air and just punch all the things. I wanted to come on here and share a really fun message. I think it's one of the best compliments that I've received recently by a sweet friend who is stepping into something. She's taking a risk. She actually listened to my latest podcast episode that I did with my friend Amy Allman, and she sent me a message and she's like, "Girl, you are insane." And I mean that in the nicest of ways. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." What I'm realizing is that there's a couple pathways that we maybe we get to choose, where it's the safe pathway and it's the risky pathway. And I don't know about you, but when you're walking intimately with the Lord and you're letting him lead you, it typically isn't the safest pathway. So when you're walking on this narrow road and this maybe riskier path, that for me is like one of the best compliments that I've received recently, is that I'm insane. I love it. And she said, like, this is like, I mean this in the best of ways, partly because of this wild adventure that I'm on with the Lord that to many doesn't make sense. And then I had another gal yesterday who was prophesying over me, and different ways that she said that I'm being called up to help walk along, entrepreneurs who maybe are being called to do something that's a little bit more risky or bold or what have you. And I'm just totally paraphrasing if you're on here, my friend, if you happen to hear this. And it was so confirming to me yesterday to be spoken over in this way, that I was insane and that I'm going to help walk along maybe some of the insane ones. We're the wild ones. We're the ones that aren't, we're not conformists. We're not going to be the ones who are going to just stay in a box, stay in a cage, and just do what everybody tells you to do if it's not in alignment with God's plan for your life. And it feels very risky sometimes. It feels very vulnerable, especially if you don't have people in your corner that are encouraging you along your way, or like I like to say, I'm a gold digger, so I help draw out the golden women. Especially through coaching. I'm a locksmith, so I help pull out the keys that are set for your journey to help get you further unlocked. And, what I've noticed is there's a lot of women out there that, are on the very edge of being insane. You're on the very edge of just being a really big risk taker and doing wild things with the Lord that are, on the other side of that, yes, of you doing those things, I like to say there's a ripple effect, and that ripple effect, as time goes on, turns into a tidal wave. And it is so beyond you, but if you just stay on the sidelines, nothing happens. And why do you stay on the sidelines? Because there's fear. Maybe there's somebody in your life that's like, "Oh, that's dumb. That doesn't make sense. You shouldn't do that. It's risky." I like to say a couple of the biggest barriers in stepping into maybe your calling is saying, "I don't have time and I don't have money." I'm just going to drop that right there. I've had a lot of women who are interested in this next group coaching program that I'm starting next week, actually in a week, on 1/11. We'll flip that. And I've noticed that it's really cool because there was one like big risk taker. She's like, "I'm in." And she's just like that in, because she felt Holy Spirit so on it and just jumped at it. I've had other women that were like, "Yes, I feel like God's calling me into this." And then they let money stop them, unfortunately. I want women to come into this who are risk takers, who are counterculture, who are ready to soar in your calling, to come out of the nest with new wings, and to come out with your roar, because the world needs you. They need your unique you that is willing to take risks. So I saw 12 women. I don't have 12 yet. I've had more than 12 reach out to me with massive interest. But but I haven't had 12 like take that risk yet. So if that's you, this is not for everybody. I keep saying like this is for the wild ones. If anybody has read the book Wild Ones by Nate Johnston, you know what this is about. So yeah, I want to help be a trail guide on your journey to continuing on this narrow road, because we need each other. And I don't know about you, but I'm a huge connector, and I love when the Lord asks me to set a table. There's a really amazing breakthroughs that happen with the women that come in, whether they have massive connection and they go on and do their own thing together, or other connections happen and then those people connect with other people. Because again, like I said, it's beyond you, your yes. If you're hearing this, there's a chance that maybe you're being called into this, but again, like I said, it's not for everybody. And I'm not going to have just anybody come into this group experience, because you kind of have to pass the test. So if you want to hear what the test is and you have some interest in hearing more about this program that he gave the name to me a few months ago, there's more. It's time to soar and roar in 24. Then reach out to me. You know where to find me. Send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've got some calls kind of back and forth today, but I'm excited to see what happens. I had a new coaching client that I started working with one-on-one the other day, and it was just such a beautiful experience. I get to do this work. It's such a get to. Like, it kind of wows me. Like, wow, Lord, you actually let me do this work full time now. It's amazing to be fully free to walk this calling out, and I want to see you guys all doing that. So anyways, if you're not interested, just keep following my posts and head on over to my Hope Unlocked podcast. Go check out the last podcast episode with my friend Amy Allman, and you can hear a little bit more about both of us who are insane. So all right, take care. Bye.